I don't hold up.
Okay, so now we're recording. I'm gonna take us out of that. There we go. Okay. Well, let's start with we'll warm up our palms, warm up our hands, and we're gonna rub on the Lao Gan point, which is in the center of the palm, and we're gonna. There's a circulation point. Good to get the circulation going. So we're gonna work on that a little bit. And now we'll go to the other side and do the other palm. We'll rub the palms together, get them all nice and warmed up. And we'll do the brother tick hand exercises. Now we're taking this part of the hand, and we're tapping those together around 80 times. They have a lot to say about these exercises online. And now we're going to take the hands like flowers, and we're going to tap the wrists together. Okay, very good. I'm going to just shake things up a little bit, and we'll do the sides of the hands. The monk who does this, who shows us, he's very casual about it. He says, you can do 60 or 80, you could do 100 or 200. So I like to pick around 80, and I think that's a happy medium. And he says, you know, and he sits with his back straight. He has his back nice and straight. He might be sitting in the lotus position. It's hard to tell. They have all those robes on, but his posture is perfect, and his breathing is nice and smooth, and he just does these exercises. And I've had people have very good results from doing this, hands and feet. We're not using the feet, but it has an effect. Okay, so that's the first three. Then we take the hands like this, and we're pushing the bird's mouth together. And now we're going to do the fingers, the base of the fingers, all the acupuncture points that are at the base of the fingers. We're going to work on those. Okay. And we'll just kind of shake the hands to loosen up a little bit. Now we're going to make a loose fist and punch into the palm. And we'll do the other palm. Good. Now we're going to do the, we're going to just shake up those a little bit, and we're going to do the backs of the hands. We'll do the backs of the hands together. Now we're going to rub the palms together and warm them up. And then we're going to take the palms and put them over the eyes. And we just want to relax and breathe nice and smoothly. I'm going to give a little love to the eyes. That's how Brother Tick says it. I really like the way he says that. And they have a little smile on their face, a little secret smile. Now we're going to take the two middle fingers like this and press on the center of the forehead. Take the hand, put the hand on the back of the head. And you can, if you will, you can press in, and you can also lift up with the hand in the back. You don't have to. You can just have the hand resting there, or you can give it that little bit of a lift. Take a little bit of pressure off the neck and let the head be lifted up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to warm up the palms again. Press the palms to the eyes. Now we're going to take the two middle fingers, the two largest fingers, and we're going to press up along the bridge of the nose, and we're going to press up on the eye socket. We're going to warm up the palms one more time. And we'll press the hands against the eyes again. And we'll take the two fingers and slide up the ridge of the nose again. We're going to go around the eye socket. We're going to go under the eye socket. And we're going to tap lightly right where by the side of the nostril. And we're going to tap along the cheekbone to the temples. And you can lightly rub the temples. Okay, now we're going to take the thumb and the forefinger like this, and we're going to grab the ear like this. There we go. Yeah, like that, in between the thumb and the forefinger. Then we're going to come from the top of the ear and pull right down the earlobe. And we're just going to lightly flick the ears. And we're going to tap. We start tapping the head. And we'll tap right down to the back of the head. Tap along the sides. Down to the head, back again, down to the shoulders. And then we're going to tap under the collarbone. From the sternum right out towards the shoulders. And we tap back in. And tap down the sternum to the rib cage. Back up the sternum. Back down the rib cage again. And we'll do the ribs one more time. We're going to take the hands like this, like we're going to have our fingers like we're going to comb the hair with our fingers and go right down the middle of the head to the back of the head. And we're going to come along the crest. And we're going to come just above from the temples, just above the ears. Do that again. And one more time. Good. Now, we're going to stand up. And we'll start tapping. We'll start tapping on top of the head. We'll come right down the back of the neck to the shoulders. And then we're going to go across and do one shoulder. Come down the arm. The inside of the arm. And then bring the arm up and tap down the side. Over to the other shoulder. Go down that arm. Down the side again. Back up. Waking up the surface chi, the weight chi. It's good for the immune system. We're going to tap the belly, and then we're going to go around to the kidney area, and we're going to massage up and down the back. Now, just massage as much as you can. If you can just get back there a little bit and work on the kidneys, that's fine. If you can go up and down a little, that's good too. And then we're going to go down the outside of the legs, inside. Around again, around the back, the kidneys, and we'll go down the legs again. Now, we're ready to start the 8 brocade. We're going to loosen up the arms and the shoulders a little bit. We're going to, if you see me from the side, you can see a little bit, I'm sinking a little bit. So there's a little bit of a sinking, and then you come up. Sink down a little bit, come up. Do that one more time. Now we're going to cross the hands in front of the chest. We have the left hand in front of the right, and draw the bow off to the left. And come back to center, and draw the bow to the right. Do that again. And we'll do one more. Now we're going to press towards heaven and earth. We're going to press down and up. Keep the elbows bent. Just go up as far as you're comfortable, about 70%. So it's a nice light stretch. And we'll do one more. Okay. Now we're going to have the left hand in front of the right, and we're going to turn 70%. Let the arms go down and away, and look over the shoulder. We'll come back to the center. Turn to the right side. And we'll do that again. Very good. Now, just press down. We're going to go into the horse stance. In the horse stance, the feet are just a little wider than shoulders width apart. And when you're comfortable in that stance, you want to tuck the tailbone under. So you're flattening the lower back. Easiest way to do that is just tilt the pelvis a little bit. I'm going to put the hands comfortably on the hips, and we're going to shift the weight from side to side. Yeah, just relax the head. Just let the head kind of flop over. Now, when we bend, we want to fold here. So we want to fold here at the qua. So it's the bending goes like this. So we're not leaning forward or arching the back as much as it's a Z shape with the knees and the back. And you'll get a very light stretch in the lower lumbar region doing that. And you want it to be very, very gentle, very, very light. Basically, you're not even trying to stretch. You're just sinking down like this and then just relax. Okay, so you come down, just get down to here and you say, oh, and then just relax a little bit. And that little bit of relaxation sends a message to the spine that you're not going to hurt it. It's not going to trigger a reflex where you tighten up the spine a little bit. And the energy can move right up and down the spine. So that's one of the major benefits of being in the horse stance. Now we're going to start the routine. We're going to shift the weight, come back to center, shift the weight to the other side. Now we're going to fold at the qua, look between the legs, come up, raise the chin, and we'll do that again. We're going to shift the weight, and the other side. Look between the legs and come up. Do that one more time. Shift. Now we're just going to do the neck, ear to shoulder, side. I'm going to tuck the chin, raise the back of the head, and now raise the chin again. Do that again. And we'll do one more. Very good. Now we're just going to relax a little. Hands down the sides of the legs. We're going to reach toward the toes. Hands go around the toes to the inside of the legs and come up. We'll go around the belt. Support the back and lightly arch the back. We're going to stretch up the front of the spine. Now we'll go, hands go down again, around the toes, up the inside of the legs, around the back. Slight stretch. We'll do that again. One more time. Now we're going to be in the horse stance again. So we want to just settle in a little bit, tilt the hips, or point the tailbone to the floor. We're going to make two loose fists. We have palm down, palm up, and it's a spiral movement. So you're spiraling the forearms like this. And we're going to turn to one side, turn to the left, and punch twice. And we'll come to the center. Other side. And we'll come back around. Very good. Last one. This is raising the heels to ward off all illness. And you want to just come up on the toes and drop down lightly. It's good for the immune system, good for the lymphatic system. And it kind of ties everything together that we've been doing. Okay. Now we're going to go in the bow stance. In the bow stance, we have one foot forward, the other foot back, and the back foot is on an angle. And you want to have a little space between the heels. Okay, so about the width of your hand. We have the hands by the hips, palms up. We're going to shift the weight forward. And this is a good camera angle because it shows that my back is staying vertical. I'm not leaning forward. Okay, so you want to keep the back vertical. And when you do that, your weight will naturally drop down into the foot. You want to feel that you're starting to get a sense of being rooted. That's grounding. You're grounding that back foot. And when you shift back, you sink a little bit into the back foot. So it's sinking in the front, sinking in the back. Hands by the hips. Now when we come forward, the hands come up about as high as your collarbone. And then back. Good. And we'll do one more. And we'll put the other foot forward. Get nice and comfortable, same thing, shifting back and forth. And we'll begin. Bring the hands up. More. Very good. That's a very good exercise. That loosens up the shoulders. And it also strengthens the shoulders without putting a lot of pressure on the joint. So anytime your shoulders are feeling a little funny, you can, of course, you can just roll the shoulders and roll the other direction. But that particular exercise is very good for working on the deltoids and helping the shoulder blades move. Now we're going to do some 5-element Qigong. You want to have the feet comfortably about shoulders width or hip width, whatever you're comfortable with. You want to have the knees relaxed. You don't want to lock the knees. If you lock the knees, unlock the knees. Practice a couple times. Just get to where you're kind of comfortable there. Hips, again, tailbone tucked under and the shoulders relaxed. So you want to, if you round the shoulders forward a little bit, I'm kind of exaggerating here, but you're opening up the upper part of the back. So and then just let the hands rest comfortably by your sides. You want to feel like your head is floating and like a string pulling the head up. Let your tongue rest against the roof of the mouth, just behind your teeth. And you want to breathe down into your belly. Just let your belly relax. Let your breath sink down into the belly. Let your awareness sink down there also. Breathe naturally, breathe smoothly. Now we're going to bring the hands out a little bit away from the body, about the width of the head. You want a nice open oval shape to the arms. You want the palms lined up just below the navel. Now have the hands come up the central channel. Palms facing each other. You want to soften the hands now. Soften the palms. And then open the hands up, open the arms, and close, open, close. Do that one more time. Hands go back. Just below the belly button. And the next move, we're going to sink, and we're going to fold just like we did in the 8 brocade exercise. We're going to sink down by folding at the quad, and then come back up, raise the head, sink down again, come back up, sink down one more time, and come up, bring the hands up, and back. Now we're going to turn the palms up, and we're going to make a nice arc here with the arms. Come back down. Hands only have to come up about as high as the collarbones. Maybe even just a little lower than that. Come up one more time. Now the hands come up the central channel again. Fingers pointing toward the ceiling. And back down. Now we're going to bring the hands over to the side channel. We're going to have the palms relating to each other, and we're going to very gently open, and then we're going to close. Keep the palms nice and soft. Shift over to the other side. Same thing. Hands come up the central channel again. Back down. And we'll return to Wu Qi, the beginning posture. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable. I'm going to stay in this nice, calm, relaxed state. We're going to open up the stance a little bit, a little wider than shoulders width. And again, we're going to point the tailbone toward the floor. And we're going to shift the weight from side to side. And you want to be aware of the tailbone shifting, pointing towards one ankle, and then pointing over the other side, pointing to the other ankle. So we're shifting from side to side. Now we're going to turn. We're going to keep the hips and the shoulders lined up. So when we turn, we're not twisting the spine. The spine stays straight. Okay? So it helps if you imagine that you're holding on to a sign, a cardboard sign. And you don't want to twist that sign. You want to keep it straight. So it's turning. Okay, now we're going to shift the weight and turn. Then we're going to shift the weight back and turn the other way. So we're shifting and turning. It's a nice, you can kind of play around with that movement, make it nice and smooth. Okay. And we don't want to put a lot of pressure on the knees. So if you make a small move here without putting pressure on the knees, that's fine. The main thing is to keep the hips and shoulders lined up. Now the hand movements start here. This is the beginning position for the hands, very similar to what we did in 5 element Qigong. And we're going to as we turn, we're going to press down. So it's pressing down, pressing down. So we shift the weight, turn and press down, shift the weight and turn and press down the other side. Now we're going to focus on that pressing down, and the other hand just floats up. Now the hands are moving up and down the central channel. So if you look at me for a minute, the hand's coming up the central channel and back down, both sides, okay? But when you turn, it might look like my hands are crossing the center line, but they're not. So this is cloud hands, and we're going to begin now. I'm going to shift, and press down, shift back, turn, let the other hand float up. Now, with this camera, it looks like my hand is coming up. My fingertips are only coming up about as high as my chin. And the last thing you can do is release the shoulder. Let the shoulder come forward. So the elbow doesn't really bend much. And it's not reaching out. It's kind of a medium in between there. The shoulder is definitely moving. And this gets the Qi moving between the lower half and the upper half of the body. Okay. We'll do one more. And we'll bring the stance in. It's about shoulders width apart. We're just going to have a nice loose, moving the arms nice and loose. Keep the hands and the shoulders relaxed. Okay. Now we're just going to work on, we're not going to do the whole Qigong exercise. We're just going to bring the elbows forward. We're just going to work on loosening up those shoulders. I want the shoulder blade to move away from the spine. So I'm not really extending my arm and straightening the elbow. I'm keeping the elbow bent, but I'm letting the arms come up and move, and pull the shoulder blades so you can feel a light stretch between the shoulder blades and the back. So here's this nice move here. And then you can just have a nice circular or oval movement here. Bring the hands up. Okay. And the second part, if you just watch me, the hands come forward, and the elbows come forward. You go a little deeper. A very, very gentle stretch. We don't want to overdo it there. So you're just bringing the hips, we're tilting the pelvis forward, and we're just raising the head this way a little bit. So we're tucking the chin. One more. Okay, good. what all that noise was. Anyway. Now we'll do a little dragon tiger. We're going to bring the hands forward. Turn the hands. Shift the weight forward to the toes. Back to the heels.
Carol, please mute yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What's that?
I asked Carol to mute herself.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now we're going to bring the hand, connect from the qua here up to the shoulder's nest. The shoulder's nest is that hollow area here, and you're going to come straight down where the thigh meets the torso. And we're going to lift. We want to have the hands be nice and soft. Okay. We want the palm just to sink and open up. So it's a very light movement. Okay. Same thing, the other hand. You want to hollow, you want to make this palm hollow, and then you want to open it up. So you're softening it and opening. You want to keep the fingers pretty relaxed as you do that. So here you're pulling, you're gathering up a little palm full of air, and you're lifting it up the side channel, and you turn the hand and let it go, and press down lightly. And you come back up, press down lightly. Same thing with the other hand. Pull, lift that up, that palm full of air, turn the hand and release, and then come around. You want to keep the hands nice and soft while you're doing this. So here's the hand coming up, pressing down, other hand comes up. The hand comes up, the heel comes up on the same side. I don't know if you can see my foot there, you can see it. This balances the Qi between the upper and lower half of the body. So this is a Qi balancing exercise. One more. Now we're going to bring the hands up the side channels. And we're just going to use this hand to just gather in and bring this energy in towards the chest. It's going to come right across the heart, and we're going to have a nice release. So this nice, it's a spiral movement. The forearm is moving in a spiral. And then the last thing you do is just, it's almost like a light stretch. When the hand opens up, you'll feel a light stretch on the underside of the forearm. Do the same thing to the other side. Just practice that a little bit. Looks great on camera. There's a little bit of a delay, and it makes the movement so graceful. So you're just looking beautiful doing this. That's really nice. Okay, now we're ready, and we're moving the shoulder blades from side to side. Now that, you want to keep the shoulders relaxed as you do that. So there's the shoulder blade moving in toward the spine, and the other shoulder blade is moving away. And it doesn't have to be much. 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch, a little bit of movement there from side to side really opens up the energy gates to the heart. So we're going to bring, this is a heart exercise. This is an opening the heart exercise. We're going to go out to the side, and we're going to gather in, and we're going to release. So your eyes you're watching me as you learn this. As soon as you feel like you've got the movement down, then your eyes follow the hand that's doing the release. So your head is turning from side to side, and you're softening the eyes. You want to soften your gaze. Be very relaxed. Just focus on just letting go. And we'll do one more. Okay, very good. Hands go down the side channels again. Now we're going to warm up the palms a little bit. Get the palm centers. We're going to use the palm centers, and we're going to line them up just below the navel. So if you take your index finger and put it on your belly button, and 2 or 3 fingers below that, actually, if you put your thumb on the navel, your palm will be right where you want it to be. So the palm is just below the navel, and you're out here, both palms facing the navel, or below there. And we're going to, it's like we're pushing air. We're pushing the hands against a light resistance, and we're pushing the air around the hips, past the kidneys, and we're connecting to a point on the spine. So we're making this nice connection. Just put your hands as far back as you're comfortable. You can, if you can touch the spine and you're nice and comfortable doing that, go ahead. That's a good way to make that connection. Okay. So that's the hand movements there. Now we're gonna now we'll begin. We'll have the hands come up around the belt channel, connect to the spine, come back to the front. Now we're going to pull. We're gathering, pulling up, and drop. So we go around the belt again, and this frees up stuck chi. This is the unblocking exercise here. That looks really good. Nice, light. Good, good. Very nice. And we'll do one more. Very good. Now we're going to do some circling hands. Circling hands, probably easier to see me a little bit from the side. You want to have the hands on the side channel. So if your hands are just a little bit wider than your ears, you'll be on the shoulders nest, you'll be on the quad. And you want to have the palms, be very aware of your palms. So you want the hands, you don't want the hands wide, fingers stretched open. You just want them relaxed, little in this nice relaxed mode here. And we're going to make a nice vertical circle. And here we're just focusing on making that circle smooth. Now you'll see me bending and stretching a little bit. you can do that as soon as you're comfortable with this. Well, first we'll work on a smooth circle. And then we'll let the breathing be nice and smooth when you feel like you've learned it a little bit. People a lot of times tend to hold the breath a little when they're learning something new. They think, oh, they stop breathing. I don't know why. I do it too. I'll do one more. Hands come to the back of the circle towards the body. We're going to reverse and go in the other direction. We'll do one more. Now we're going to have one foot forward, the other foot back a little bit. Not exactly like the bow stance, just a comfortable position. You don't have to fuss with it or anything. Now we're going to do a vertical circle just going forward, but we're going to shift the weight. Now when we shift the weight, we're still keeping the spine upright. We're not leaning forward. We're shifting forward, bringing that weight right over the foot. Same thing, sinking back. So we'll start on the back leg and we'll shift forward and back. Do one more. Come back and we'll shift to the other with the other foot forward. Get comfortable shifting the weight. Start on the back leg and we'll do it to the other side. Here you get more of a feeling of some momentum here. There's a nice connection. What the legs are doing and what the arms are doing. And we'll do one more. And we're almost done. This is our closing. We're going to bring the hands up over our heads. And we're just, as the hands move down the body, we're just letting relaxation spread right through the body. We're letting go of any tension. And we'll do one more. And we're done. Thank you very much for being here. It's very nice. Good to practice with you.
Very nice, Joe. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Marianne. Yep. It looks like you're moving right along. I don't think Karen stopped the recording yet, but we'll just make a note that it's right 12 p.m. When she goes to edit, she can edit it out later. So we stopped at 12 p.m. Then she'll know. How did it go? Any questions? Comments?
Thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate this, and I need to shove off to my next thing. And thank you so much. It was beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Nice to hear from you.
Have a good time week, Marianne.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. I'm leaving.
You too,
Thank
Judy.